know that local government in Malaysia is the level closest to the people. It's in charge of things we use every day, like public health, waste management, town planning, and community development. Before 1976, local council were actually elected by the public, so people had a direct say in local decisions. But after the Local Government Act 1976, the election were stopped, and now councillors are appointed by the state. This made things more stable and efficient. But it also means people have less participation, and it can be harder to hold the government accountable.
Next, I will explain the previous representation system in Malaysia's local government, including its merit and demerit. The previous representation system referred to a time when local government elections were held, allowing citizens to elect their own local councillor. This system was implemented under the Local Authorities Election Ordinance 1950 and the Local Government Election Act 1960. Through this system, residents had an opportunity to directly choose representatives who would manage local matters such as sanitation, development, and public service. However, local government elections were suspended in the mid-1960s during the Indonesia-Malaysia confrontation. After that, the Local Government Act 1967 was introduced, which replaced the election system with an appointment system. Since then, local councillors are appointed by the state government instead of being elected by the people. One major demerit of the previous system was fairness and public trust. Because councillors were elected by residents, decisions made by local council were more likely to reflect the will and needs of the community. This helped increase transparency and strengthen grassroots democracy. Another merit was strong community participation. Citizens were more involved in local governance through voting and engaging with local issues. This encouraged better administration and good governance, and local leaders were more responsive to public feedback. In addition, the previous system supported effective local development and service delivery. Elected councillors were accountable to residents, which helped improve planning, coordination, and the management of essential services such as housing, sanitation, and development. However, there were also several demerits. One key weakness was internal management problem, including corruption, poor management, and inefficient among some local authorities. This issue caused a loss of public confidence. Another demerit was the failure to serve community needs effectively. Local governments were often seen as slow and less responsive, and performance measures such as KPIs were not sufficient to solve this problem. Lastly, the system faced inconsistent, efficient, and accountability with issues such as misuse of power and corruption, especially in licensing and permits. In conclusion, while the previous representation system promoted democracy and public participation, it also faced serious challenges in management, efficiency, and accountability.
My name is KHAIRINA ASYURA binti ASRAM. My ID number is 2023499602. So I will explain about the current representation system in Malaysia. So the current representation system in Malaysia show that appointments help to maintain stability and professionalism in the institutions. So the judiciary selects judges based on experience and integrity, but the Prime Minister itself can still reject the candidates, which is raised concern about judicial independence. So, at the local government, council members are appointed by the minister and come from mix of state reps, community members, and professionals. This is help to bring in skilled people and reduces too much political influence in local council. Okay, so next we move to the merits of the current system. The current system brings administrative stability because members are appointed based on their skill, technical knowledge, and political experience. This helps to ensure smooth leadership and decision making, which is important for long-term project and consistent public service. It also allows for efficient governance as less political competition, meaning that the meetings focus more on solving problems and running things smoothly, so local authority can respond quickly to community needs. Finally, appointed members are directly accountable to state authorities or minister, which is to ensure good coordination between local and state governments and support a stable administration with consistent policy implementation. So lastly, we move to the demerits of the current system, which is the current system has low accountability because people cannot choose or remove council member itself. So sometimes member prioritize the interests of those who appointed them rather than the community itself. It is also suffers from low transparency as appointments are made behind closed doors. Okay, so this can create a perception of favoritism or cronyism. Citizen participation is weak with little opportunity for the public to give input or feedback, meaning that policy may not fully reflect community needs. Overall, this can undermine democratic principle, lower public trust, and make it seem like local government mainly follows the wishes of the appointing authorities rather than serving the communities.
My name is NORUMAIRAH BINTI MOHAMMAD. I will explain areas of improvement to cope with current challenges. Local government in Malaysia is mostly governed through an important consular system by state government, while the system ensures alignment with state and federal policy. It also raises concerns regarding transparency, accountability, and community representation. With rapid urbanization and rising public expectation, reforms are necessary to strengthen the legitimacy and effectiveness of local government. Firstly, improvement transparency and accountability. One of the most critical improvements needed is greater transparency in the appointment and performance of councillor. Currently, the lack of clear selection criteria creates concern about political favoritism. To address this, local government should establish clear appointment standards, disclose councillor qualification, and make council documents such as meeting minutes and financial reports established to the public. Transparency increases public trust and ensure councillor as in the community best interests. Next is the reiteration of limited local election. The absence of election weakens cross democracy and limit public participation. Limiting pilot election in selected municipal council can allow citizens to choose their representative while maintaining political stability. Countries such as the UK, Japan, and Australia has demonstrated that elected councillors significantly improve accountability and responsiveness. Next is strengthening digital governance. Digital governance is increasingly important in meeting public demand for efficient communication. Digital platform allow residents to submit complaints, provide feedback, track council action, and participate in decision making. Tools such as online portal, virtual town hall, and live streaming council meeting enhance transparency, efficiency, and community engagement. Capacity building for councillors. Councillors are expected to act as policy makers training in the key areas. Structured capacity building programs are essential, focusing on urban planning, financial management, ethical leadership, digital competency, and community engagement. Proper training ensures councillors make informed decisions and manage public resources responsibly. Lastly is strengthening public involvement. Strengthening public involvement is vital for inclusive local governance. Platforms such as town hall meetings, community dialogues, and stakeholder consultation allow residents to express concern and influence policy. Digital participation further ensures inclusivity. When citizens feel heard, they are more likely to trust and support local authorities. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is RATNAWAFA binti RIZAL and I will present about roles of the councillor. A councillor plays an important role in developing and managing the local community. As an elected representative, a councillor connects the public with the local authority by voicing community needs and concerns. They help by making policy, oversee public services, represent residents, and monitor development projects and spending to ensure good governance and accountability. As we can see here, this is a mind map of a role of the councillor. A councillor plays a very important role in the administration and development of the local community. As an elected representative, a councillor acts as a bridge between the public and the local authority, ensuring that the needs and concerns of the residents are heard and addressed. One of the main responsibilities of a councillor is policy making. This involves helping to create laws, regulations, and development plans that guide how the community grows and develops. These policies are important because they affect daily life, such as housing, businesses, and public facilities. Councillors are also involved in service delivery. They help ensure that essential services like sanitation and waste management, public infrastructure, business licensing, and town planning are carried out efficiently and fairly to the community. Another key role is representation. Councillors represent the voice of the people by listening to public concerns, by attending meetings, handling complaints, and taking part in the public consultation. Through this, they ensure that the residents' views are considered in decision making. Finally, councillors are responsible in monitoring and accountability. They oversee development projects and public spending to ensure transparency and prevent the misuse of public funds. By doing so, councillors help by promotes good governance and trust all the local level. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
So, in conclusion, changing from elected to appointed local councillors in Malaysia has made local government more efficiency and better at implementation policies. Appointed councils are often chosen for their experience and expertise, which help improve decision making and service. But this system also raised some concern. Without local election, public participation, accountability, and trust can be lower. To fix this, local government need more transparency, better public engagement, and use of digital platform. Training and monitoring council is also key to ensure that govern ethically and effectively. Overall, Malaysia's local government has to balance efficiency with democratic participation to stay responsive, inclusive, and truly people-centered. So that's